Oh, do something today. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Can't leave this little area I'm in, this little town outside of Columbia Falls. I can't leave here. I need to have cell service today, so looks like I was hanging out. Yesterday was all about getting dry, but I'm in position to go hitchhike. What up, Elizabeth? Good to see you, homie. I'm in position to go hitchhike through Glacier into Glacier. Just gonna grab a shit ton of water, a shit ton of food. I'm hitchhiking, so I don't have to worry about carrying too much. I go right to the gas station, grab 2 gallons of water, 3 days worth of food. Go hit the Highway 40 in the Glacier. So I get dropped off middle of nowhere. I got water, I got food, I'll be all right. I don't want to run out of water, I'll be fine. Today I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna do that till tomorrow. I gotta wait for a phone call. So I gotta make sure I have cell service. Like the area I was in last night, I tried to live stream the river I was at. It's fucking beautiful, dude. I've never seen a fucking sunset like that in my life. And then this morning when the sun came up, well, man, out of this world. I had no service. I got out of the cell service. So I was in town. I walked out, no cell service. Walked to another small part of town, like the last little outskirt part of town, the last little string of stores and houses before you get into the national park, Glacier. So I gotta wait for a phone call today, or phone calls. So I'm gonna hang tight and just make sure I got cell service. What's up, Jeff? What up, Terry? What am I doing today? I'm all right. I can't complain. I'm breathing. Good afternoon, Terry Chickasaw. Good to see you. There's a 3 mile hike to start my day up. But always looking tight. I can't complain. I hope you're doing well as well. My last 2 lives have been a bust. I got a phone call when I started the live up last time, and yesterday I tried to go live. I didn't have service. It kept cutting out, so the live just fizzled out. So I don't expect to get a lot of people in the lives for a little while. TikTok usually throttle you down after a grip. We'll see what happens. If it's just us, me, and 40 other people, thanks for coming through. Yeah. What up, that one guy, man? Hope you're doing well. But, yeah, I'm waiting on important phone calls today for a personal matter. So I can't leave town today. Make sure I am near the phone. What's up, Crystal? I'm good, homie. I'm good. So make sure that if I go any further out of town in any direction, if I walk more than a mile, I'll have no cell service. So I'll have to hang tight. Hang tight for the day. Um, but cool spot, man. Like I was up by the river last night and this morning. Fucking beautiful, dude. No one bothered me. No one cared I was there. Montana's kind of cool that way for the most part. As long as you're not on private property, no one cares. Private property people get really worked up about it. So just stay off. Do my usual thing, staying on public land, city land, state land, federal land. I gotta make sure I have cell service today. Oh, what up, everybody? Welcome. Miss Kelly with the heart me. Crystal with the heart me too. What's our heart me looking like today? You guys dressed this thing up fucking cool as shit. What the fuck is that? And they always have a coffee too. You guys are awesome. Stay with caffeine, baby. I'm jealous of you folks that can function unhealthy amount of caffeine in your system. You know, I walked 3 miles today, start my day off. I didn't have coffee in the morning. Just packed everything up and got on out of there. So nothing. 3 mile hike to start my day. I immediately noticed the difference. you know, yeah, man, you get a good amount of heat retention from the bivy itself. Gore-Tex shell, right? It's fucking badass, dude. I don't know how I traveled without it for as long as I did. Almost a year I didn't have one. But yeah, light or moderate rain, keep sleeping as long as your gear's protected. And it's a great windbreaker. Great windbreaker. So a high wind, you're not gonna know as much of a difference in the bivy. You'll feel it in your face and stuff, and it'll creep into the tops. But if you mummy bag up, you'll be all right. The heat will come in. But yeah, that thing's a fucking game changer. You'll find those like sleeping bag, um, like blankets, I think they call them. It's a sheet you put inside your sleeping bag. It's a sleeping bag liner, It'll give you an extra couple degrees tops. It's just fucking waste. Those Cortex things. Tower with a Harvey and they go popular in the Rose. Our Harvey's looking fucking diva as fuck as usual, and I appreciate y'all for the diva Harveys. I'm a diva myself. Much appreciated. Excuse me, moi. You guys didn't need that in your life. But yeah, I was gonna get going today, and then yeah, I found I need to have cell service today. I'm waiting on some phone calls and shit. Some personal stuff. So I gotta make sure I have cell service for all that. So I'm gonna hang tight in town here. Maybe get into something, check out some scenery. Maybe get up high somewhere so I can check out the mountains and the river from a different perspective. Charge my other phone. So the charging port doesn't work at all anymore. So I got two phones with two broken. Both have a broken charging port. Neither one has a working charging port. So I have the wireless charger to slap on the back, which only works on all my power banks but two. So out of the six I use, only four of them actually I can actually use on my phones now. So kind of shit's creek there. Have to find an outlet. Look at he split. You pooping on that bucket again, dude? Standing on the barrel of a 10-year charge, sitting on a fucking bucket. That was insane, dude. Yo, what up, Roxanne? No pooping in the woods. For those that don't know, someone saw me in the woods sitting on my bucket, called the police, said I was shitting in it, and tried to get me within decent exposure. And the chief of police showed up to inform me I matched the description. I was like, not me. What do you mean? At the end of the conversation, the interaction, I was cut loose already. I was like, wait a second, I have a bucket. I sit on it. They probably thought I was relieving myself in my bucket. But for those that are new here, you must know, I must tell you, I must inform you. Buckets for sitting, not shitting. What's up, Shadow? How you living, homie? Wait, I got in position to hitchhike out yesterday. I walked clear out of town. I think I'm still in Columbia Falls, but it's like his Columbia Falls, and then there's like a 4 mile stretch, and then a little pocket of like stores and houses before you get into the park itself, out towards like West Glacier and Glacier Park. So I'm in position to hitchhike out. I'm glad I have cell service here. I gotta wait for a phone call today, like throughout the whole day. I'm gonna keep myself available, make sure I have cell service. So we're not going in. We're not going any further today. I'm gonna stay here and make sure I can get that call if I need it. And then tomorrow, I'll stick my thumb out and see what I can get. You know. Damn, Phoenix, sorry to hear it, homie. Fuck, that shit got you. I don't even have words for you. You know, besides fuck. Oh, what up, Kevin? See the bucket protective services. Yeah, I got lucky there. Kevin, it's a corn. Please pray. Hell yeah. I'm not a religious person, but I will pray. Uh, that's fucking horrifying. But keep me updated if you can too, you know. Keep me in the loop. Oh, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do today. Gotta do something, gotta be productive, right? Oh, happy Saturday, homie. It is Saturday. I thought it was Friday. So yesterday in the morning I got wet, and then the rest of the day I was just trying to stay relatively dry. I got a break in the rain. I packed all my shit up. Restriction, yeah. Up too close to the screen there. What's up, Vicky? But I got soaked in the morning on live. They ruined the charging port for my other phone, so two of my power banks are pretty much useless now because I don't have a Type C connection for the wireless charger. What are you gonna do? And then yeah, so I got in the town, to about 20 minutes to walk in the town. Stay dry. There's a gas station with a little restaurant thing attached to it. So I got a grilled chicken sandwich and some fries. I'm sitting there eating that. Played the store recognized me, took a photo with me. I'm like, yo, realized how yellow my teeth were. Fuck, should have brushed them today. But I waited the rain out like that. I got a cup of coffee. I went outside with my stuff, and I just waited for the rain to subside. Did a little walking in the rain, but really light. I did some walking, and that's why I love the B-roll I got for the last couple of videos. I had Columbia Falls, and then rain let up. Then I hit the laundromat. 'Cause I don't want to dry all my shit off and then get it wet again, you know. So I waited for the rain to stop. I don't know, 3:30, and then threw all my stuff in the dryer. Washed my clothes. I had to wash my hoodie and all that. Sleeping bag stayed dry. That's how I pack it. You know, like Brian, you just got the bivy. I roll the sleeping bag up in the bivy pretty much. I make sure the bivvy's in the outer layer. So that way when my pack gets wet, I don't got to worry about my sleeping bag being wet unless it gets drenched, you know. So that all worked out. I dry my sleeping mat out, my tarp that I put up, my ground tarp, the little guy. Put that above me for a while, keep my stuff relatively dry during the heaviest part of the rain. So I think it was finally dried off by like 5 p.m. You know, and went and walked, I don't know, 2 or 3 miles. And someone took a photo of me with my camera, which was really uncomfortable for me, but they came out really good. Just I'm sitting there adjusting my pack. So I take my pack off and I'm adjusting some straps. You know, one of the load bearing straps on top broke loose, so my pack's wiggling. I was trying to say wiggling or wobbling. It came out wobbling. Fucking ass, right? So I ended up, putting it down to fix that. This lady pulls up on one of those mobility scooters. It was Erica, and she traveled a lot in her younger years, and we were just walking and talking. So we went about a mile together. We went about a mile together, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go that way to go see if I can camp over there under that bridge. She was like, "Oh, cool. I live right here. I'm taking a left." I'm like, "Oh, nice meeting you." But I stopped. I was like, "Hold on one second." I stopped and take some photos over the river over here. I don't know what the river's called. It's fucking beautiful though. I was doing that. She was like, "Let me take a photo of you." I'm like, "Of me? Why?" So she got some photos of me. She was good too. She was like, "Move that way, move this way." So I'm excited to see how those came out when I get a motel. I'll get a motel next week. The first time in like almost a month. I'll get a motel next week. The Country Thug. Love the name. Thanks to the father. Vegas Johnny with the share. Thank you. Uh. All right, Rick. I see what you did there. Okay, proud of you. Proud of you. Uh, I'm excited. I've been in a motel. I said almost a fucking month now. I've been doing outlets and wet wipes and campgrounds. So I've been sleeping on hard ground for almost a month. Looking forward to a bed next Wednesday. I'll be in a place that has cheap motels, or I'm just gonna keep on going. And the week after looks good. Brenda with the Buckley's beer fund. Thank you. It's half the gallery done. I don't even push the gallery here. You guys are fucking awesome. Ah, super micro EP. I'm not gonna lie, your name was the reason I first followed you. I mean, that's a fucking hilarious name. I saw you on live one day. And I saw the name, like that's fucking gold. I went in there listening to talk for a bit, and I'm like, yo, this person's funny as shit. And then I saw your videos, and I'm like, yo, these are thirst traps. But in between, it's fucking hilarious. I do thirst traps myself. I can't judge. you know, well, catch you know live the other day. I think it was last week. I caught you live, and you're like, well, I don't know how the hell you act what you do. Like what you're doing isn't dangerous. The other time I saw you live too. Love your shit, homie. Crystal with the donuts, thank you. You ever get bed bugs? Yeah, man, I got bed bugs once. Want to hear this bullshit? I got bed bugs from a fucking viewer, dude. So I used to like now I do meetups in public for as this grew and weird shit occurred over and over and over again. Like I used to meet up with people and hang out for like hours. I used to go to people's houses and shit like that, right? Which isn't smart, but I didn't think much of it. Ralph, you got to save those for Tank Lit, baby. You got sick nuts, man, or you had sick nuts or something. Good to see you, homie. Thank you very much. But Dory with the bratata, thank you. We got six things out of the gift gallery. Thank you. But I used to hang out with people all the fucking time. Pennsylvania, and they're like, I want to show you all around Pennsylvania. Yo, Dory with the whale. Thank you. Crystal with the donuts. Dory with the whale and the two money guns. Dory, if you're trying to get a hobo scholarship, I'm all out, homie. Sorry. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. All gifts and donations go to hard candy and poor decisions, you know. But I'm hanging out with this follower. She's been following me a long time, you know, and she's been in the live for at that point for like 6 months, almost daily. So we meet up and she shows me a shit ton of Pennsylvania, a shit ton. You know, she still comes on an occasion. If you hear now, no hard feelings. But she's like, hey, by the way, like, after 3 hours of hanging out, she was like, hey, like, I had bed bugs really bad a few months ago. I'm like, oh, and you got them exterminated, fumigated? Tamara, thank you very much. Um, the hearts, the Buckley's Beer Fund. Fucking Ralph, thank you. Max, what's up, homie? Thank you for the chili. But yeah, she's like, I had bed bugs months ago. Like now I see like one or two every once in a while. I'm like, that's not how bed bugs work. Like you didn't do anything, they just disappeared. Come the fuck on, you know? I was like, fuck. I immediately look at all my stuff for Alpha to take them. Like, thank you. Look at all my stuff, and I'm like, no, you know. So that next day, I parted ways with her, and she gave me a beautiful tour of Pennsylvania, where we're at, central Pennsylvania, up by Allegheny. Yeah, state New York, Pennsylvania is beautiful, breathtaking. Dam and railroad museum. Like I had a blast. Yo, Dory with the corky butts. Thank you. Just four of the fucking gift galleries right there. Thank you, homie. But I was on a train going down towards Ohio, I think, from there. And that's when I felt it. Yo, with the gem gun Kodo. You guys are being too nice, thank you. Especially on a restriction, you guys are all. But I was itching like a motherfucker on the train, and I saw the line. Bed bugs give you a line of bites. So she had a little bit more than one or two bed bugs, right? Eating the shit out of me. I put my headlamp on my sleeping mat. And it was just covered in larvae, whatever they're called, and fucking, things crawling around, bed bugs. My home. I call my friend up who travels, just losing my shit, Dory with the media shower. God damn, Dory, I said I'm already out of fucking hobo scholarships. Damn it. I'll make a new one. Thank you very much, Dory. Um, so yeah, man, fucking I'm infested with bed bugs now. This was years ago, years and years ago. It's 3.5, I want to say. But I just sit there. I had to throw a lot of shit away. Probably lost $400 or $500 worth of shit right there. A lot of electronics that were infested. I had to toss. Saving that. They took all my textile and cloth stuff. I sprayed it down and soaked it up in a do-yourself car wash. Put it through the laundry twice, and then um, threw away the sleeping mat and a bunch of other stuff. Dory with the hand hearts. I get blowing up that gift gallery. 11 out of 13. You are a rock star. Thank you very much, Dory. It's been a slow week, and that just completely got me right back on track. Just that alone brought me right back. So good looking out on me. I haven't been going live much, so that's a me problem. But I called the person that gave me the bed bugs. I was like, yo, like I texted them. I was like, yo, like you have way more than just a couple. Like I think you have way more infestation than you think. Right? Because the person kind of like, I think they just didn't want to have bed bugs anymore. So they're like, oh, they're gone. I hardly have any. Dory, thank you again. You're blowing up that gift gallery, Dory, doing all the heavy lifting. Appreciate you. Um, she paid for the room for the night. She got me a motel for the night, which was good. That was great. She didn't have to do that, like she was super well off or anything. So she got me a night in a motel. Finished fucking get fuckers. Yeah. But yeah, it's the only time I ever had bed bugs. Yeah, yeah, it was in her car and on her, and then like even if you're near someone that has bed bugs, you can get them. That's why it's not like a poor person thing or like a dirty person thing. It's you can be in a store and get them. Um, you figure like motels, just like I always get cheap, shitty motels. You figure that would be like I would get like you know critters and shit, creepy crawlies. But no, I've only gotten fleas from a motel, and that was years ago as well. I paid 120 bucks. I'd never pay over like 80 bucks for a room. Be hard pressed to charge me more than 80 bucks. But there was no cheap motels. I was in Chattanooga. I was like, fuck it. So I got the La Quinta in Chattanooga, like a nicer La Quinta. I don't know. It was fucking weird. But it was 120 bucks a night, and I got fleas from that. I got body lice last year from a Catholic priest. I felt bad about that one though because I didn't know I had body lice. Right, so he looked clean. Like he looked clean as shit. His car was nice and new looking, looked like a fucking rental. So I wasn't prepared at all. So I didn't know what was going on. So we chatted. Even the live stream was going during that. Yo, what up, Dad? Bud? How you living, homie? So like I jump out. He drops me off middle of nowhere, so I have to keep hitchhiking. You know. So I remember on the live, I was like, man, something just bit me. You know. And I could immediately see like a little like break in the skin. I was like, what the fuck just got me, dude? I keep hitchhiking, not thinking much of it. I get in the car, we're going, another one. Ow, what the fuck was that? The guy was with me didn't speak English at all, so I couldn't even have a conversation about it. But he definitely got him as a result. I didn't know yet. So when I landed, when they dropped me off in Iowa, that's when I went to after I got rid of the creepy crawlies, I went to Surf Ballroom. My buddy Holly played his last show and shit last year. But yeah, I was fucking hiding in the woods for Mithrin and Deep trying to get those body lice off of me and just kill them all off. And it was a very long, long procedure. It took me 3 days, 3 days to get rid of the fuckers. And then after that, I was good to go. But the way the permethrin works, it affects their nervous system, so that they pass away after like 6 to 8 hours. But it doesn't get rid of the eggs and the larvae and stuff. So then they hatch and they start biting you, but the permethrin's already getting them, and then they die off. And then the next wave comes. So for 3 days, you get bit less and less and less and less, but you still get bit. It's always a pain in the ass. But usually I usually just jump out in the woods, so I don't infect anybody else with anything. I think that's it for bugs and shit I've gotten out here on the road. A Catholic priest gave me body lice. A follower gave me bed bugs. And a motel gave me fleas one time. You know, but besides that, it's been relatively easy. What up, NASCAR Maggie? But that's the thing, you never know who's gonna, you know what I mean? Like it's a Catholic priest, a viewer. You never know like who got him, who got what. You know. Um, with the Catholic priest, I'm like, he's probably one of those cats like it's God's will. It's God's will for me to have body lice. Yeah, the amount of people's cars I'm getting into and hotels they stay, especially extremely cheap motels. Like you figure there'd be a lot more. It seems like once a year, once every other year, something weird like that will happen. What's up, Catherine? How you living? Today, I was gonna try to hitchhike in the glacier or through glacier today. I'm in the spot for it, but for personal reason, I gotta wait for a phone call today. I need to wait for a phone call, and there's not gonna before this town and after this town, there is no cell service. So just gonna hang out in town today, see what I can get into, walk around. Maybe I'll do that thing around sunset where I just fucking hoof around and take photos. Get fucking blitzed, put the music on, walk around, take photos of the mountains and shit. Try to get up high so I can see the river and the mountains somewhere. I think I could pull that off somewhere around here. I ate like shit yesterday, so I'm gonna consider that my cheat day. So today I just had a protein shake, some caffeine, and blueberry almonds. I'll keep it healthy today, I'm lucky because the only fast food here is A&W. Yeah, A&W. I hate that shit. A&W is fucking gross, dude. you know, fucking gray burgers. The only thing you got that's good in A&W is a fucking root beer. That's all I am 5'4" according to another creator on here. Well, yo, what's up, Metal Cow? Good to see you, homie. I fucking love that fucking community you guys got over there. Like, I don't think you guys realize how much I fan out when you guys include me and shit. It's so pathetic on my end. It really is. Like hanging out in Tanks Live and have people starting to say hi to me. Like first I went in there and there's like some people that follow me were in there. Some of them are in here now. And they're like, hey, what's up? I'm like, oh, what's up, man? And then like for like a month, like no one acknowledged my existence over there. I'm always over there talking some shit. Go in the box and talk some shit or whatever. But whenever you guys include me at all, I'm like, hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Like fanboy it out. I don't like the creator, Tank Lip, I can fucking care less about that dude. But you guys as a fucking community is fucking beautiful over there. The actual answer keyblade, sorry. I'm 6'2", 6'2" and a half. If I keep forgetting to stretch my back out in the morning, I'll probably be 6'1" soon, carrying all this shit around. But I think it's important. It's kind of stretch your spine out, not always have it compressed, you know. So usually I take my pack when I'm laying down on the ground at night, and I'll put my butt right against the pack, and then I'll lean back, you know, and just fucking pull that all up. You're 5'6"? I thought you were way taller, man. Camera angles. It's a low camera angle you always use. It's a good one. Um, yeah, no, I hit 6 foot right around my sophomore year of high school. I went into my sophomore year, so my freshman year, I went in like 5'2". I left like 5'8", you know, just over a period of 9 months. Like the growing pains were fucking miserable. It was always the same. It was right after school every day. I would have to go lay down and just like, I could just feel my fucking bones growing. It hurts so bad. And I remember like talking to my mom, she's like, "You're gonna be tall, though. You're gonna be tall. It'll be great." I'm like, "I don't want to be tall. This hurts. I'd rather be short. Even to this day, I'd rather be short. I get nothing for being tall besides people like you're kind of tall. You know what I mean? I'm not like freakishly tall, so I don't get that. Like, wow. It's just like, oh, you're kind of tall. That's all I get out of it. You know? I guess people bother me a lot less. They would mean me harm out here because I'm big or whatever. But yeah, there was that a creator last year was just trying to throw any allegation that could fucking stick to the wall, just chucking them. He's he's only 5'4". I met him in real life. He's only 5'4". So I was like, no, actually, I'm 5'2". Yeah, I mean that was a long year, dude. A lot of pain. It was only for like maybe like half an hour. I would just lay down like, ow. I couldn't walk and shit in that moment. Kara, what's up? What we thank you for the harmony to go popular. Dory again, thank you for fucking hitting all those gift gallery fucking. I think you hit them all. We got one left. It's probably something insane. Taking forever to pull up. I got a restriction, which is cool. I kind of wanted to chill live anyway. All right, what do we got left? Oh, flying jets. Unless I got a fucking $200 gift. I don't even know what do you get when you complete the gift gallery? TikTok CEO show up and kiss me on the lips. That'd be cool. Am I a little kissing? um, yeah, I'm staying in town today. I'm waiting on a phone call, personal matter, so I don't want to leave town. Any direction I leave out of here, I got no cell service, which is fine. Like, I won't be able to go live for probably a day or two, maybe three. Which is whatever. I'm just gonna load up on supplies here. Um, I'm gonna get like 2 gallons of water, 3 days worth of food, dry stuff, and just go out. That way, if someone's like, "Hey, I'm only going halfway through the park," cool, drop me off there, and I'll keep hitchhiking. So if I get stuck in the park for 5 days, I'll have plenty of water. Like I can get more water while I'm out there. I don't have a lot of fuel left in my cylinder, but I still have my water filter that I carry with me that I barely use, but it's good in a pinch. So where I'm going through this national park, there is no cell service and hardly any stores, and the stores that are there are going to price gouge like a motherfucker. So grab some tobacco, water, food tomorrow. I was gonna do it today, but I said we're waiting for a phone call. So tomorrow I'll go hitchhike out of here. Try to get up to Browning, which has a really bad rap. Everyone I've met from Montana is like, Browning's terrible. Be careful. Be careful. So we'll go hang out in Browning for a while and see how that's like. See how that goes down. What's up, Dee Dee? Mom's doing well. Mom's doing well. Yeah, I talked to her not yesterday, the day before. She's doing a lot better. I got to convince her to quit puffing though. She's like, I cut down. I'm like, yeah, you got to stop, dude. So when I go back, like I feel really bad for my dad if this happens. When I go back, but she'd be like, you need to stop. I'll stop if you stop, and then I'll live longer. You be taking care of your son. You know what I mean? I just guilt trip the fuck out of her. Where are you? There on the screen, homie, Montana. Um, no, I'm gonna stay in Browning. I'm gonna probably kick it there for 2 or 3 days at least. You can't tell me that Browning is worse than downtown Memphis or fucking South Central LA or camping out in New York City by Times Square, places I've been to in Chicago or even Boston, where I'm from. Fucking Portland was camping out in Port. You can't tell me that Browning is worse than those places. It is. I'm about to find out. I'm about to find out. You know, if if anything goes south, I'll have a good story. I've never been to Philly. I gotta check Philly out. You know that you're from there, but I've always heard of Philly cheesesteaks, and I've never had one. Yeah, give it a shot. Browning's terrible. You'll soon see. I'm gonna go find out. I'm gonna go find out. Every single person from Montana has told me Browning is a horrible place. The last person to pick me up hitchhiking was like, "Hey, don't go to Browning." A tour, like she's a nurse in Browning. She's like, "Yeah, I just had to take care of a tourist that got punched at an ATM and robbed. Don't go to Browning. Be careful if you do." So you're all telling me not to go, so I gotta go. Obviously, gotta go check it out. Sounds like my kind of fucking place. But I did meet one local yesterday. The one that I did the video of like the Dairy Queen and stuff, and he was like, "It's not bad," you know. He's like, "It's you go there, you keep your fucking nose clean, you'll be fine." So we'll see what happens. We'll check it out. Worst case is walk out of town. It's this big on the map. How big can that be? And do not go. I'm going. There's something I can just. There's nothing. There's nowhere else to go. I have to go to Browning. But yeah, I'll do a live from there. I'll do a live from there. I'm sure. We'll see how it all plays out. I'm not stressing it yet. But there's plenty of those situations where I show up to places and people warn me about or whatever, or like routes I take and all that. Where everyone's like, "No, don't do that," and then I do it and have a blast. But also, there's a time where I do it and I'm like, "I should have fucking listened. I should have fucking listened here. Yeah, I should have, and I didn't." So we're gonna find out very soon which one it is. Yeah. If you told me to check it out and tell me it's beautiful, I'd probably just skip it. Skip right over it. I had to make a move though. I had to make a decision. I was spinning my wheels here in Flathead County for the longest time. Like, okay, I'm gonna hop a train. Okay, I'm gonna go down the interstate. Okay, no, I'm gonna go on the 40. I'm gonna go through Glacier. And I'm like, fuck it. Okay, I'm on the 40. We're going down the 40. Let's just keep on going. 40 and 2 all the way. Let's go. So I made the decision yesterday while I was walking around with soaking wet boots, soaking wet butt. I was soaked yesterday, dude. It was just uncomfortable. It's summertime. It was just uncomfortable, but at least I got to dry everything off. Like my sleeping mat, I was like, I don't want that to be wet when we're going to bed at night. That was soaked all the way through. So a fucking puddle on it. By the time I actually had to pack up and get out of there. So I got to dry everything off. I had a beautiful night last night. I tried to share it on live, but I had no service where I was at, by the river and shit. But oh my God, was it beautiful? Fucking this river, people fly fishing, fucking rowboats coming by and shit. Just fucking nature, dude. I got some video of it. The Adult Swim video I did was like 2 videos back, 2 or 3 videos back. That's where I camped last night. Fucking breathtaking. What up, dope? Uh-uh. I only gonna get to Boston. Fuck if I know. Yeah. I was supposed to be back 2 weeks ago. Yeah. I started leaving about a month ago out of Portland, right? But ain't no thing. As long as I get back before it gets too cold. That way when I leave, I don't need to freeze my ass off going south out of Boston. Not soon enough, facts. I can't believe my fucking father got me. I should have known better. He got me, man. I thought I was going to. So my mom got sick and went to the hospital. And we're like, oh, fuck. I got to pull the plug and get out of here if this goes south. You know what I mean? And then it all worked out fine. She has some shit she has to deal with for sure. She has some cardiac issues, but I talked to my dad on the 5th, like a week after. I talked to my dad. Like, that's the 4th. Sorry, my traveling anniversary of me starting to travel the U.S. So I call him up and he's like, everything looks rough. She ain't looking good. Yeah, she's sleeping all the time. Oh, yeah. I don't think she's gonna be here too much longer. I'm like, fuck, man, you kidding me? Oh, fuck. And immediately, I'm like, I gotta pull the plug. I'm like, all right, I need to fucking charge up and clean up, get a campground. I'll leave tomorrow. Get the fucking, just fucking go grab my Amtrak back. That's all I could do. It's an Amtrak was at just north of where I was at. So then I call my mom the next day. She's doing just fine. You know? She's, oh, hey, what's going on? I feel fucking great. I'm all rested up. I'm ready to go. Oh my God, I feel amazing. Like, my stepdad, my daddy's, what up, D man? My stepdad's a serial pessimist. Everything's the worst it's ever been. Everything's going to go to shit. Everything's just been the worst. I forgot that about him for some reason. Like, I haven't known him for fucking 39 years. You know? How in the fuck did I fall for it again? Yeah. So the entire day I'm trying to fucking go live talking about fucking the anniversary and shit and celebrate at the end. I just was drinking by a fire, put some music on, just to fucking get all worked up about what's going on. And I gotta talk to her the next day. She's doing just fine. But I got 12 or a 24. Hell yeah. You know, hell yeah, terra firma. Hell yeah. How the fuck did I fall for it again? Man, for information. you know, like even just directions. I made a video making fun of this last year. The people that like will give me directions somewhere. And it's like, hey, I just, I just need to know if like, I have a phone. Just look it up. Yeah, he's one of those people where it's like he'll tell a story and it's like, okay, in Chelsea when you're coming down Broadway out of Revere, going towards the courthouse, right? And you take that third right. I've learned over the years to say, oh yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, then you'll keep going with the story. If you say no, you know what? Third turn? Where? What are you talking about? Okay, so you're going down the street, right? You see the big old bank, the bank with the clock on it. You see that bank? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not there. Okay, then why are we talking about the bank? All right, so you're gonna go down, you're gonna see the courthouse. All right, when you see the courthouse, you take that right, three rights before the courthouse. You know that old brick road? No, I've never been down that road in my entire life. What up, Smiley? No, Brian. No, there's no manipulation there. This is what he thought. You know what I mean? It's just how he is. When anything goes wrong, like, oh, everything's the worst it's ever been. He's a pessimist. Which is crazy because like I'm a serial optimist, so we're complete polar opposites in that regard. So I'm really good for him to talk to in that regard because I always kind of pull him out of his like, woe is me, the world's ending type shit, Chicken Little type shit. The sky is falling. But when I talk to him, it's bad for me if I actually listen to him. Yeah. Smiley Melinda, what's up, homie? I gotta not do that. Just take everything he says with a grain of salt. But everything going on with my mom was kind of serious, so I was already kind of on edge with that, kind of waiting for a call type shit. But that's a me problem. I fucked up. uh, what up, Rebel Duck? Rebel Duck. I gotta switch phones here in a second. I'll do it now, actually. Please hold one. Go back on the other phone while it's charging, maybe. I don't know. You guys hear me yet? You hear me all right? That's a giant truck next to me that's on frozen. Yeah. Should be recovering, hopefully. Cross our fingers. Cross our phalanges. Never met another Troy. I met a few. But we're few and far between. You can hear me now. I'm coming back. Hopefully it stays that way. Oh, I got the other phone up with the charger on it and the headphone, and it should be okay. You can hear me? Okay. Can't see me, but you can hear me. That's something. Yeah, hopefully, eh? Yeah. Two of my power banks are fucking useless now. The the charging port on my other phone broke yesterday. Or it finally shit the bed when it got wet. You can see it here. Okay, cool, cool. Thank you guys. Yeah, my charging port shit the bed finally when it got wet yesterday. So both my phones have no charging port that works now. Then when I get paid my monthly, I can go get either an upgrade to T-Mobile on the other one. I've had that phone for over 2 years now, almost two and a half. And or I can go to a repair shop and get this one fixed up. What up, Gossip? You know, this one got a cracked screen and a uh broken charging port, and the battery is like half capacity what it used to be. And then my other phone has no charging port and it's at half capacity. No broken screen on the other phone though. So I gotta try to make it work somehow in the meantime. But I just lost two power banks out of the six. They can only charge, like my speaker, my headphones, stuff like that. And that's it. I don't need two whole power banks for that for a 4 or 5 day stretch or a week stretch. So I got to figure this phone thing out and soon. Sucks leaving. Real car Rosie Art with the roses. Thank you. It says I got no service. Sandy 911. What's up, homie? Disney Girl Forever. Hello, hello. But yeah, I gotta fix these fucking phones. If I can fix both of them, that'd be tight. But maybe this month when I get my monthly payout from the Red Play Button app. Nope, not getting one of those this month. I didn't hit the minimum, $100 minimum. I didn't hit it. So I got paid out from super fan subscribers, Patreon, and whatever fucking pennies they throw me for my videos. Maybe I can get one of the phones fixed up then. Either upgrade one, the T-Mobile phone upgrade, or this one to put it back together. What up, Bone? Well, we'll see. Well, Carl Rosier with the repost. Howdy, thank you for the hat and mustache. You guys being too nice to me. Make sure you guys check out Real Car Rosie out right here. Amazing watercolor painter. Been traveling out here for a long enough time. Her and her partner just started fucking hopping trains again in extreme and brutal heat. Not envious of that at all. Oof. Long days and long nights, man. I tell you what. Yeah, you guys check out Real Car Rosie right there. Fucking awesome creator. Few homies I've met up with multiple times throughout the years. Usually I meet people once, but whenever we're near each other, we end up meeting up. Added the Spoon Lady's place first, her house first, and then Minnesota, then again in New Mexico. Traveled all the way to Arizona together. Fucking good time, man. Oh, never heard of it. Real Car Rosie, what? But I do love this little network of fucking travelers we have on here. From the bottom up, it's fucking cool as shit. Avid the Spoon Lady, me, Les Blackwell, Real Car Rosie Art, Monty Lee, Token, uh, Jamie, Goose. That's cool as shit. See everyone all working together, trying to build each other up. Even for like the bigger names, it's got if your views are low, like you look at like Railcar Rosie Art, Les, myself, and Abby. If any of our views are low, the other one just puts them on. You know what I mean? Just promotes the shit out because like out of the four of us, one of our views will be up. You know, so it's like there's never any pool of people just getting fed into this network we got here, which is super fucking cool, man. It's unprecedented. You never see travelers get together like this and do something like this. We all operate independently. Obviously, we all do our own thing, and we all have our own hustles and shit. But it is really cool to see a bunch of people not gatekeeping and just fucking building people up. Yeah, Daniel is American Hobo's name. He came on. I told him to come on TikTok. I was like, dude, you got to come on TikTok. And he's like, oh, no, like I'm doing the YouTube thing and yada, yada, yada. It makes sense. But I'm like, dude, your videos are blowing up right now and other people are posting them, not you. Like I would definitely make a presence. But yeah, I love what he's doing. He's filling in that void from Shoestring. That void Shoestring left when he passed away, unfortunately. Rest in peace. But yeah, American Hope was doing that same exposition style travel, train travel stuff, and it's really fucking good. So he's been alive a few times too, man. Yeah, he's doing great. I never heard of that one, Ginger Snaps. I'll try to check him out. Anyone out here doing the thing. As long as no one's using the like anyone that uses the platform like to cash grab or digital panhandle, like I don't see anything morally like wrong with that. I just don't want to watch it or promote it, you know. That's the thing too, like when you're working with other creators or you're collabing with, it's happened to me multiple times where it's like it'll be me and another creator, we're sharing a following and we're both coming up, especially in the early years, and then they turn into like a scam cash grab, thing. Even if you take the scam part out, if it's just cash grabby, like if every live and every video is just asking for money, I go broke. You know what I mean? Like I go dangerously, and I'm too stubborn to come on here and say I'm broke fucking 101% of the time. So I just sit there and suffer. But there was another train rider on here. We're both coming up. There was four train riders on here when I first started, and that was it. Everyone went to the Red Play Button app. So we came up together. We put each other on, and we came up. We're both doing great. Even back then. But they fell off the wagon. You know what I mean? They started they had an issue with the substance before, and they fell back into it with the influx of money from doing social media, and that wasn't good for them, right? But every live, like it was like him and his girl that sit there and they'd be like, "Thanks for the Cash App. Thanks for the Venmo. Thanks for the PayPal. Thanks for the Cash App. Hey guys, what do you eat for dinner today? Well, we're not sure if we can afford dinner today. We're hoping we can make enough money for dinner." It's like, motherfucker, you just said thanks to five donations. Like, what are they all 15 cents each? What do you mean you don't know what you're doing for dinner? You can't afford it. So that went on for like a month or two, and the entire time I was fucking broke, because everyone was just, okay, you guys are in need. Here you go. Fucking throwing money at them. And I was sitting there like, fuck. So it takes a lot of trust to like interact with other creators for that reason or put people on. I think at one point I was fucking promoting MP Jewelry. You know what I mean? Like before I realized who they were or who he was. I was looking at Paige like a complicit victim. Um, I was putting them on. I was promoting the shit out of them. I didn't really vet people back then. Like, oh, you're a traveler. You out here doing something similar? Fuck yeah, man. Let's put you on. And immediately regretted that. you know, I saw them scam one time in the very early. Like we interacted for like 2 months, I think. I even came to the live, and I'm like, what do you think about an age gap relationship like that? And I still feel to this day that there are some like healthy age gap relationships. I'm sure, but most of the time it ends up being very toxic for the younger person. I can't think of anything on the top of my head besides like Keyblade Warrior and his relationship, where it didn't end up being a horrible situation for the younger person. Uh, So Joanna Dropo and Rats, they're another one that I interacted with for a while, then I blocked them. Again, I got nothing morally against digital panhandling, but if that's your whole content, is just asking for money for various shit every fucking day, every video, every live. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna interact with it, So I ended up blocking her and Rats a long time ago for that. It's got sick of seeing it. Every time I saw my For You page, it's like, hey, we need money for this, need money for that, need money for this. So it's got old. If you're into that kind of content, knock yourself out. And again, not even much judgment from my end. It's lazy. It is lazy. It's a lazy way to run your platform. But that's between her and her community. Oh, I just don't. I don't endorse it. I don't want to fucking watch it. That's for sure. Was it 10 p.m.? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's got to be at least 65 or something. Uh. Other than immediately you talking about what's up, Abby. Um, yeah, that me and that dude, the one that like I came up with train riding on here on TikTok. He's doing well now. I've just seen he's been traveling a little bit. We've talked a couple times after, and once he's sobered up and shit. But I never like held it over him. They were like, "Hey, you fucked me over real bad." But I'll never forget. Like I'll never work with him again. You know what I mean? But like, I remember him and his girl are fucking sitting here talking about fucking. We need money for this all day, every day for like 2 months. I want to say at least a month, maybe two. And they call me up. He calls me up drunk. He's with his girl. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to eat. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at the dumpster behind a fucking truck stop, and I'm like, "Yep, that's food for the night." Because all my money just got taken away. You know what I mean? Like there was really just me and him at that point. There was like four train riders, and then two of them fell off, stopped hopping. It was just me and him. And he calls me up and he's like, "Yo, tell my girl that I made money on TikTok before her." I'm like, "Dude, now's not a good time, man. Like, I got no money whatsoever. You want me to talk about how much money you make on TikTok? Like, now is not a good time for that, dude. I'm telling you now." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, whatever." He didn't want to hear what I was saying. He just wanted me to tell his girl that he made money before because they're in an argument. I'm like, "Yep, he made money before you on TikTok." All right, thanks. Hangs up the phone. I'm like, "Damn, man." And at that point in particular, it's like, I didn't even tell anyone I was broke. I was just fucking going through the motions, getting it done. I didn't even have the guitar yet at that point. I was just up shit's creek trying to find work and shit. And I don't know, I'll never forget that. You know? Hey man, I know we've been, juicing the entire community we share for every dollar they're worth, and you're not getting anything from that anymore. So I want to call you so we can explain how much money we've made, and that I want you to explain to my girlfriend that I made money before her. Fuck you both. Yeah. New Jersey Dave, what's up? I do look good in makeup. Bunch of red flags. Yeah, I mean, dude fell off the wagon. He's doing fine now, and we're acquaintances. We still chat, on occasion. Um, once a year we'll have a quick chat or whatever. But uh, I'll never be close to the cat again after that. San Juan State in Cali. I think so. A good 3 months up here would be good. I'm in position to hitchhike through Glacier now. I was gonna do it today, but I gotta for personal reasons. I gotta wait for a phone call. I'll tell you guys anything about me, but I'm not gonna tell you about other people. So I'm waiting to hear about another person. Let's put it like that. So there's no cell service once I get coming into town. I had no cell service like yesterday where I was camping, and then when I leave town, there'll be no cell service either. So I gotta stay in town today. But tomorrow I'll be hitchhiking out most likely. Um, Trying to get through Glacier Park into Browning, Montana. And he's telling me not to go to Browning, so let's go check it out. Uh, uh, um, do you think substance amplifies someone's personality or changes it? I say diminishes it, right? There is that kind of sweet spot, kind of weird to say, right? Where like a musician, for example, and they start using substances, it'll bring something out in them that they didn't have otherwise. I've seen that happen time and time again. But then you fast forward a year and they can barely fucking play, like the substance consumes them. And I've met plenty of tweakers out here, which are like really good people, but not many. You know, like most people become the substance that they're using, and they all become very similar. New Jersey Dave Howdy, New Jersey Dave Howdy again. New Jersey Dave Howdy, save a horse, ride a cow, Troy. Oh my God, so I don't want to be a cow, Troy anymore. No, I don't want to. Stop it. Thank you, New Jersey Dave. Um, Yeah, I think when people first get into substances, especially with self-medicating, they might get to be like them true selves, for a brief moment, but then very quickly, especially with overindulgence, right? I feel like it does consume them. It makes them all very similar in demeanor, behavior, you know, because like the opioid epidemic that there's documentaries on that hitting my area where I grew up. So many beautiful fucking minds, creative people, extremely intelligent folks, artists, musicians, anything you can think of. They're not here anymore. But even the ones that were like really like set to like for stardom, because like music was a big thing in my neighborhood because we're all broke as shit. Like what else you got to do to hang out with your homies and make some music? So like seeing these beautiful minds just destroyed from the inside out, you know, time and time again. I would say there's a sweet spot when people are self-medicating like that, where they get to be their true selves and would amplify their personality or even their creative spark, but then very quickly diminishes. That's my take on it, though. It's all confirmation bias. That's only what I've seen. You know, shit. Oh, balance is rare, right? Is Browning a sundown town now? Browning's in an indigenous reservation, if I understand correctly, which I've always had a good time in. I've never had a bad time in any reservation in America yet. But yeah, sundown towns are fucking wild. They don't have the posters up anymore, but they still exist. So Harris, Arkansas is one. Hell, there are even some in Massachusetts up to like 20 years ago. For those who don't know what a sundown town is, it used to be a lot more advertised back in the day, and they still exist in America. But it was basically, hey, you can come through town, you can get what you need in town, and then you can get the hell out. Don't stay here. You know, alien on my head. New Jersey Dave, thank you. Um, oh, what's up, Crystal? Oh, Sass was pretty cool, man. I enjoy the free marketing. um, what was I talking about? El Dorado, Kansas, one sundown towns. Yeah, basically, come get your stuff and get the hell out of town. And that's for any people of color, vagrants, transients, anyone that's not a white American. You know, if you're not a white American, get the hell out of here. You can come in and get what you need and then leave. Don't stay the night. An example of a sundown town, if you ever seen the movie Easy Rider, they caught up with them at night, lit him up, and saw Jack Nicholson's character was no longer with us. Was no longer in the movie. That's an example of a sundown town. They didn't go far enough out of town for them. Uh, yeah, man, I got a message and it was like, hey, just so you know, these creators are getting together to talk shit about you on live. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, what are you gonna do about it, man? I'm like, I'm gonna play Dungeons and Dragons tonight. I have no major concern for minor people. Um, every once in a while, I'll talk shit at that group just so they talk about me and give me the free marketing. I even say it very proudly that I'm doing that. They do it anyway. They can't control themselves. Oh, yeah, I've been Ramboed out of quite a few towns for sure. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy my beer. I enjoy my green stuff. I've been drinking a lot lately. I got to slow down the drinking, dude. I don't know. It went from like once or twice a week to like 4 or 5 nights a week. I'm like, let me grab a six pack. Let me grab a six pack. Let me grab a six pack. I got to slow down for sure. But I enjoy my green stuff. Enjoy my beer. Enjoy my tobacco for sure. But I couldn't imagine traveling. Like I've traveled with people that have like dependency issues, and it's like, damn, man, like things are already tough enough out here. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty fucking rough and tumble life, no matter which way you do it. So to have to wake up and immediately, like I've traveled with people that have an alcohol dependency, and it's like, okay, you got to go from here to here, but there's no beer store, so we have to stop here first and then go here. But like we get here, there's no beer store past that. So when we camp at the beer store, I'll get more tomorrow than the next day. We can try to get to the next one. Oh, they can't travel in dry counties at all and shit. Honestly, some of the best money I ever made busking is in dry counties because a lot of travelers don't kick it there. But even like illicit substances, like I'll always tell, like I got plenty of homies out here that travel with that have a dependency in illicit substances. A lot of them hop trains to get away from that shit. Get away from the plug and stuff and straighten out a bit. But I always tell them, hey, no matter what you're into, don't do it around me. You're gonna go do it, go fuck off and do it. We'll meet up after. Don't bring your problems to me. Don't make it a me problem. I got this one homie I meet up with like once a year to travel. I just feed the living shit out of him. Just feed him like a motherfucker. You know. But well, yeah, a lot of people have different dependency issues for different reasons. Self medicating or just fucking environmental. You know what I mean? It's expensive, I'd say so. you know. That's like trying to make what you need out here, then having to pay for that shit too. Woof. Ooh wee. Oh, you ever go to bars? Yeah, I'll go to bars in small towns if I can afford it. Like I'm not paying $9 for a fucking Bud Light or anything, But I'll hit a bar in a town like a VFW or a Legion that's open to the public, or just a small town bar where I'm, only paying $3 a beer or something. That's when I get a lot of information about the places I go to. And again, not often. I usually don't have the money, the disposable income to go, spend fucking $30 at a bar. But I'll end up getting information from the town, just sitting, talking to locals, walking around talking to locals, hitting the bar, or when I'm hitchhiking. When I'm hitchhiking, I get a lot of information. Yeah, it's way cheaper. It's way cheaper for me to drink at camp. Yeah, I mean, I wish it was legal nationwide, dude. It's crazy to me. Like, if I have some in Washington State, I'm fine. If I have some in Montana, I'm fine. But that little sliver of Idaho, if I get caught there with some green stuff, it's like a fucking 4-year sentence. Yeah. Yeah, I usually got some idea or broad stroke of a plan. Now I'm trying to get back to Boston so I can go fucking take a break off the road. Usually every year and a half, I take a month off. I usually just sleep for a week, catch up on editing or do some work. Basically, just behave like a normal human being for a month. That's my break from the road, is being a normal person in society, and then I go back to it. You know, I go to Oklahoma. Yeah, you got that state adjacent rule, right, for Oklahoma. Like you can get a medical card in Oklahoma if you're state adjacent. At least I know the Arkansas. I dated someone in Arkansas. They can go to Oklahoma for stuff with a medical. You got Missouri, but that's probably further away, right, for you? Trying to think of your layout. Yeah, you're definitely close to Oklahoma, right? But then I think that's weird too. You can go to Kansas City. For those, I didn't know this one before I started traveling until I got there. But half of Kansas City is in Missouri. Kansas City, Missouri. That's where the Chiefs are. Well, the sports teams are in Missouri. Kansas City, Missouri. Not Kansas City. Can't say Kansas City, Kansas is across the river. It's the blue collar industrial part of town, and it's fucking insane to me. But you can go on this side of the river and go get some green stuff in the store, and then you go across the river. It's illegal. I remember I was in Kansas City, Kansas, by the Armourdale Yard, and I'm hanging out with some rain coming through, and a undesirable kind of individual rolls through under the bridge, a seedy motherfucker. And I was trying to get some fucking green stuff, but I called it green stuff. Hey man, I was trying to get some green stuff. He's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Nothing. Don't worry about it." Like from that point forward, I just talk like a cop. There's no going back. You're done for. What up, Jamie? Was there his father and more expensive? Oh yeah, Oklahoma has some of the cheapest shit in the country. I always forget. They're stingy out there, though, man. I swear. You know. Hello. They're stingy as fuck out there. But I was in Fort Smith Van Buren, right by Oklahoma, like just past I was at the bridge. You go over the bridge, you're in Oklahoma, and someone that Miss Vina comes through all the time lives right there. So like we were hanging out, and she had a big old bag, and I was like, "Damn, like don't give me all that. That's too expensive." She's like, "That cost me $30." I'm like, "What? You fucking kidding me? No fucking way, dude." So I want to say Oregon got some cheap stuff. Oregon, upstate New York, especially up by the Indian Reservation, the Seneca Reservation, which badass culture, man. The Seneca folks, they in the '90s, they were so sick of being oppressed by the local government. Like the county sheriffs were constantly fucking up their ass and bothering them, and just constantly harassing them. So they said, "All right, if you guys gonna keep bothering us, we're gonna shut down your interstate." And the local government and the county sheriff department goes, "Yeah, right. Good luck with that." Okay, so they just set it on fire. They just took all these tires and anything they can grab that's flammable and just threw it on the interstate and just sent it ablaze. And they stopped bothering them, and they still don't bother them. You know, so cheap tobacco up there. You ever seen the Seneca tobacco? It's from that's where it's from, Allegheny, upstate New York. Salamanca, Cuba, New York. But yeah, badass culture up there, man. Take no shit. Oregon Trail, yeah. Everyone got dysentery, you know? Goddamn dysentery keeps creeping out of nowhere. Yeah, today I was waiting, like I said, waiting on a phone call, a personal matter. It has nothing to do with me, so it's not my place to talk about it. But I'm waiting on a phone call today, so I can't leave town. I go out of town in any direction, either north, east, or west, or whatever. North or south or east, north or south or west. Any direction I go out of town, I have no cell service. So I hang tight for a bit. Hell yeah, Sandy 911. Yeah, I've never been to that one. I've never been to the Mohawk Res. I worked with a few Mohawk cats. I was doing ironwork in Blackfoot, Apache, and Mohawk. And I don't know, man. The Mohawks are so quick to fight, so quick to fight. You know, any kind of verbal dispute, they're like, like, whoa, you know, or you make the wrong kind of joke, you know. Yeah, look at this motherfucker's t-shirt. They make that in adult sizes. Whoa, like, oh, wait, buddy. I was just fucking around. You made fun of my shirt yesterday. He's like, yeah, yeah, I did make fun of your shirt yesterday. All right. You know, they're so ready to fucking throw it out at any given moment. Uh. Rather smoke than drink. I'd rather do both. Yeah. I got a six pack and a buzz ball yesterday, and then I finished five of them. I was like, I didn't drink the buzz ball in the last beer, so I just left them where I camped. There was a campfire there, like a camp ring, and you know signs of people camping out there on a regular basis. A whole bunch of tags. There's even a train tag up there for someone who hops trains and up in the same bridge I was under. So I just left them on the rocks. The next person that comes to camping there could get a free beer, free tall boy, and a buzz ball. Was feeling ultra ambitious last night. There's someone that got extra EP at 11 o'clock. Yeah, Oregon got good greens for sure. Hell yeah, Amarillo, Jeff. I love Amarillo. Phone call from who is in our business. Yeah, it's just a personal call. Waiting on a personal call. So I'm about to jump off the live or whatever at any point. Becky, what's up, homie? Thank you for the heart me. But if someone got a nice gift, hell yeah, you know, you pay it forward. No, no, it's a personal situation. It has nothing to do with me. I'm just waiting on a phone call from someone about someone. You know what I mean? And I'm a very open book when it comes to me. I probably overshare to a very large degree more than I should on the internet. But when it comes to other people, I don't tell their stories. You know what I mean? Or put their information out there. Carrie, the four leaf clover. Thank you. So once I want to tell their stories, you know what I mean, or put their information out there. Carrie, the four leaf clover. Thank you. So once, and again, I will be getting information of the call within 24 hours. So like three of them. That's it. You know, the big fuck four. They changed the recipe over. Right. I ended up um fucking schmammered. I had to walk on to get on the local metro, the MBTA in Boston, the trains, and I was carrying around a fucking $1,500, $1,500 fucking head, solid state two preamp head that I was using, and my preamp itself, which was another 500, so $2,000 worth of gear. I walked out of that train in my base itself. I walked off of that train with probably about $800 worth of gear because I smashed the shit out of the bags and kept dropping it. All fucked up, kept falling over. You know, thinking, you know, that the one head weighed probably fucking 25 pounds. You know, so kept bumping it into shit, falling down, all fucked up. Person I was dating at the time too was 5'1", you know, little fucking metal rocker. Would follow my band around. Don't take groupies, folks. But when I like being that lit, she's so little, she was grabbed on the back of my shirt just to like guide me toward the direction I needed to go in. Because otherwise, I was just walking, it didn't matter where I was going. So that Four Loco fucking did me good. Finally getting rain. Yeah, I mean, it was like 3 days of some decent rain out here. You see, I never tried a buzzball until I hit Eugene, Oregon. And someone in the live was like, "Dude, you gotta try it. You gotta try the buzzball." So they gave me a donation for the exact price of the buzzball. It was 375 they gave me. So I went and tried it. I'm like, "These are fucking good." It's a good like little nightcap. You know, but I'm done with the end of the day. If I could drink that and ready for bed. But I got one yesterday, trying to be ambitious. So I got a 6 pack of buzzball. Walked for hours. Found a nice little camp spot under a bridge and fucking beautiful river in Montana. Breathtaking. And then I didn't even fucking drink it. So under that bridge is a one tall boy at PBR. That was the cheapest. And uh what is it? The White Russian Buzzball, whatever they're called. Period. What's a buzz? A little mixed drink, a little sugary fucking shitty mixed drink. Strong as shit. Oh, can't drink anymore. You better off. I've been drinking like a motherfucker lately, dude. I gotta slow down. Start getting fat. It's the only reason I don't drink all day every day. I tell you right now, so I don't fucking gain weight. But yeah, I went from like 1 to 2 days a week. In the last 2 weeks, it's been like 4 or 5. Fucking steady. So there's all that. The more you know. MD 2020, fuck that. A Boone's Farm, or the Franzia. You get the box of wine, take it out of the box, you got a bag of wine. Play like a bagpipe. Don't do that, folks. Those are my younger years. Speaking of drinking, I remember I was drinking Old Thompson and Coca Cola one day, right? So I started at like two in the afternoon. I was playing a show that night. And it was a pretty big show too. Like we are opening up for these pretty fucking big local bands. Like these East Boston bands are really coming up and we are opening up for them. So I was passing out flyers. Every time I played a show, I passed out flyers in the area for hours before make the flyers and print them out, cut them up, and then fucking go hand them out. But the entire time I'm fucking catching a buzz, me and my girl. The same one that was corralling me. I'm fucking sitting there fucking catching a nice buzz. We're in the sun all day, not drinking any water, just drinking Old Thompson whiskey and Coke. So the last thing I remember is getting on stage and setting up. And I remember my guitarist kind of grabbed me. He's like, "Dude, are you okay right now? Like, we had a show tonight, right?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine, man." Like, "Oh, you don't look fine." But the last thing I remember is as I was setting everything up for sound check, this dude came over, was following my band around for like a year, and he came over and he was like, "Hey, man, you want to do a tequila shot?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" So he came over with two, and I grabbed one. He's like, "No, no, I don't drink." So he handed me the other one. I was like, "All right, bang bang." That's the last thing I remember. There is photos from that show, and I look amazing in the photos. Like some of the best fucking photos I ever took because I had no idea where I was. My manager for the band ran over to the sound guy. He's like, "Hey, where's the bass fader? Right there. Turn that all the way down and play the bass. Turn that all the way down." you know, I knocked over my fucking. I had a big fridge amp, one of those Ampeg V4, fucking big ass, 15-inch speaker and 412s on top. I knocked that fucking over. That was a fun amp too, because if I was touching my strings and then you came and touched me, we both would get electrocuted, you know? So we actually had like where we used to practice, we actually taped off on the ground where like with caution tape, like the black and yellow tape to like don't approach that guy because you're gonna get electrocuted and you electrocute him while you do it. And it wasn't like a tickle, it fucking hurt like a bitch. You know? But, we were fucking, we're young, early 20 musicians, so like we're constantly fucking drinking, fucking having a good time. So people always come up, "Hey, what's up, Troy?" Oh, you know, sign, please don't touch the bassist. Oh yeah, I did vodka Red Bull for like a week when I was iron working. I went out and drank a couple times, maybe like 2 weeks. I was doing fucking Red Bull because I was like, "Oh, I got to stay up later and fucking, I have more energy and shit." But I came to realize something about myself at that time. I was like mid-20s at this point, where like if I drink too much, I fall asleep. That's like my go-to. I drink too much, I fall asleep. If I drink too much hard shit, I'll make an asshole out of myself for like an hour, make a fool out of myself, and then I'll fall asleep. Like the night when I knocked over my equipment, I was fucking whiskey drunk, drinking tequila and shit like that, fucking tequila shots. I woke up the next morning in an alleyway by the venue. I passed out in the venue holding my bass. No case, nothing. Just holding my bass. Went to sleep in the fucking alley, and they tried flashing me to wake me up. You're like Troy, look, Tata's. Hey, leave me alone. They tried to wake me up to get me out of there, and I tried to punch somebody. Tried to punch the lead singer, fucking bothering me. So they just left me there. I woke up at like 6 in the morning downtown Boston. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But what was the other point I was making? Before I bounce back, fucking ADHD for you. Mm, Red Bull and drinking. Oh lordy, man, doing the Red Bulls and drinking. Fuck, I get like 3 or 4 hours of making a fool out of myself before I pass out. It's a good time. Highly recommend it, or don't. Move to Vegas during a bender? No. What's up, Punk Kitty? 7 6 pack, chill out, fucking get some green stuff, whatever, wind down at the end of the day. Way too much things. But if I'm with somebody else, like I'm matching drinks, which is not good. Yeah. Especially a local will grab me up. They want to go grab a drink, and then that's when the shots. So it's like a shot and a beer, shot and a beer, shot and a beer, shot and a beer, shot and a beer. Okay, I gotta fuck go to bed. Where's the nearest ditch? Over there? All right. I'll see you in the morning. Oh, lay down the ground, not getting back up. I never got angry. I never been an angry drunk. I got a short fuse for bullshit. Like I'm much more quick to leap, but you still got to really go out of your way to get any reaction out of me. Like people really got to go out of their way to get me pissed off in general. But yeah, I usually just fucking start wandering. I've always been a wanderer. When I get way too lit, I just start wandering around. Which is very concerning to the people I'm hanging out with. Again, like my girlfriend in my mid 20s, she would just grab my shirt and just kind of corral me. Like, no, 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 going that way, going this way, going this way. No, 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 taking a left here, not a right. Oh, it's over there though. Fine, because I can't, I'm just leaning that way anyway, which is tilting me. Yeah, one foot on the floor, one foot on the bed. Yeah, we got a runner. Oh, usually stop at three. Yeah, usually after like 3 drinks, 3 glasses of wine, 3 shots, or 3 beers. I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm a lightweight for some reason, my big ass. But I don't know, usually that sweet spot where I'm feeling good after like 3 or 4 hours, get like five in me, maybe go for the sixth, and then I'm fucking done for the night. Unless I'm hanging out with somebody. It's whatever you're drinking, I'm drinking. Let's go. Which is not good. Should I do that? No. Will I stop? Also, no. Let me get a little bit more caffeine in my life than the store. Anyone want anything? State now or forever hold your peace. I think another Celsius would be nice. All right, watch my stuff. Huh? Get on my track. Yeah, on my breakfast. I'm gonna try to find an outlet at some point. Side note: I don't open bananas at the stem. I open them from the bottom, from the butt. They open up way easier. Just throwing it out there. You know, you get this little bit on the end you can't eat. Just pull that shit off or bite it off, whatever you want to do, and assume the position. You go. You do too. Yeah, the amount of times we try to break it open from the stem and just nothing happens. It bends. Fuck. Especially if it's not ripe. Celsius banana combo. Get ready to do big things. Sit around and wait for a phone call. You do that too? Hell yeah. You're not the only one. Kelly with the Go Popular in the Buckley's Beer Fund. Thank you. So that night on the 4th, I grabbed the 6 pack, got new boots. Um, Still haven't gotten sunglasses yet. I need to grab some sunglasses. Keep fucking forgetting. Some point in the next year, I'll grab sunglasses. Um, yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day. Fucking chilling at a campground. Mm. What I'm trying to say is thank you, Kelly. Kelly and everyone threw in for the travel anniversary. I went live in the morning, went live when I got to the campground. And then at night, I was crossfaded, just fucking listening to music, hanging out by a campfire, just put the camera on. You know, Bellevue, Washington, bus or train or car. Neither, any of them, right? Uh, um, 2 new flannels. I could use some new threads. I put my hand on the back of my head, went to the bite of the banana. Is that not enough? Are you not entertained, Tommy? Are you not entertained? But we'll laugh a little while longer here. And then I want to try to get a photo up high. That's my main objective here. Again, I'm just killing the day. I'm waiting for a phone call, and I got no cell service when I get out of town here. It's the last spot for cell service. Even when I backtrack, there's no cell service unless I want to walk fucking 4 miles again. So, oh, if I walk straight back, it's probably like 2 miles. The way I went was, through some hiking trails and shit to get up here. Waiting on a phone call, so I got to hang tight. I'm gonna hang in town here, and then tomorrow I'll go start hitchhiking through Glacier Park. So it's 2 o'clock now. It gives me plenty of time to go find a spot up high, come back down, get some supplies for the night. I should probably try to find an outlet too. Try to find an outlet somewhere. 2 of my power banks are now useless because the charging. But yesterday I got fucking wet, right? Everything got soaked. So most stuff stayed dry, but it's a fucking rainstorm. What are you gonna do? So now this phone, the charging port does not work anymore. So both my phones have no charging port. I have to use a wireless charger, which means my 2 power banks that don't have a Type C connection might as well not even exist. I do have an adapter for USB to Type C. Maybe that'll work. Try that. But if that doesn't work, sans that, some shit's Greek. Yeah, I just lost 2 power banks. So it is what it is. We'll make it work. We always do. You know, I keep freezing. I'm gonna stick with the iPhone. All my logins are iPhone. I like the way the iPhone camera looks out of the box, or how it works out of the box. But, most of my video I just do on the phones. Unless something's really far away, I'm doing something super interesting. I have time to set the camera up and lenses and shit. Most of every photo I take with the camera. Most videos I take with the phones. Plus, it's much more discreet. Pull your phone out real quick than pulling the whole camera out. I got an iPhone 13 and iPhone XS. Uh-oh. No, so I still have the power banks. Okay, so both my phones as of yesterday, because of the water damage to this phone, both my phones, the charging port is broke. So I have to use a wireless charger. Now, the wireless charger has a Type C connection. 2 of my power banks only have the USB connection. They're fucking old anyway. All my power banks are fucking, besides 2, they're all over a year and a half old at this point, around a year and a half old. So two of them only have a USB connection, so I can't charge my phones with that. I can charge everything else with that: lights, microphones, speaker, headphones, whatever. I can charge up with those two power banks. But for charging phones and going live, I only have four power banks that can work now. Which, oh my god, feel bad for me. Yeah, feel bad for me in the chat. That's my biggest problem in life. I'm doing all right, but I should have fucking fixed these phones a long time ago. I've been putting it off for too long. But that's my whole life. I don't own much, but everything I own is constantly being destroyed or just getting old or not working anymore or lost or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's my whole life. It's just a Rolodex of things I need to fix and fucking repair or whatever. Or just replace. Pillow fight. Metal cow with the goats. Thank you. Type C to Type C is pretty fast, dude. I like that for charging the power banks up. What would normally take 6 to 8 hours for one power bank will take me 3 or 4. It's fucking golden. So it's not bad. Felt. Thank you, Brooke. Yeah, today I said it was killing the day, really, waiting on a phone call. So I gotta stay in town here where I have service. Once I get out of town, there's no service anywhere out of town. If I walk a mile in any direction from here, cell service. So gonna drink this here Celsius. Go take some photos. Get up somewhere high so I can see all the mountains. Hopefully, I can see the mountains and the river from a high vantage point. That's the idea. So I'm gonna go hike that today. Give me something to do while I'm killing time. But yeah, Rolodex and things to fix constantly. Sleeping bag got a broken zipper and a fucking hole in it. Fucking phones of no charging port between the two of them. I got a cracked screen on this one. Both the batteries are probably hold half a capacity charge compared to a new battery. Uh, it's just this fucking. All my clothes are fucking sun bleached. I got holes in them. You know, I'm due for a drastic rehaul. But that's I got back in Boston this week. Go work. You know what I mean? I might do a wish list. I don't know. I'm like this whole platform's grown so much for me to do a wish list. If I can't afford what I need from the social media stuff, then I'm doing something wrong anyway. Plus, I'm terrible with money. Just put that out there. But when I go to Boston, I'm gonna be working while I'm out there. I got two gigs lined up for one's for 2 days, one's for three. So I got 5 days right there. It's a week worth of work right there. When I get there, I'll grab more too. Once I get into town, so when I know for sure when I'm going to get there, and I can actually set things up with a proper time frame. But I'll grab everything I need that way. You know, at least get the important shit out of the way. Joy needs a glow up, right? I wanted to take me to get a new hat. you like, my hat's falling apart. Get a new one. No, not yet. My hat's falling apart. Get a new one. No, not yet. All right, fine. I'll get a new hat. Yeah. I want to take me get new boots. Yeah, okay, dude. Walking with those old boots are so worn away on the bottom. I can feel every pebble and rock I stepped on, and no ankle support at all. I get hurt to fucking hike. No, they're still good. They're still good. I get some tread on them. They're all right. I'm so fucking cheap. It's the worst combination because I'm cheap and I'm bad with money. I'm impulsive. I'm an impulsive spender, and I'm cheap as fuck. Yeah, it's not a good combination. Feel bad for me in the chat. Coming through Missoula. No, man, Missoula's like 110 miles south of me, if I saw correctly. Going straight east out of here. Um, Getting air vents on your toes. What up, Sharon? Crystal with the world's smallest violin. Thank you very much. I'm always kind of warious, warious. I'm always kind of weary of getting like iPhones and shit up like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or something like that because it's like, what if it's fucking locked? What if it's not real? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not a phone aficionado, so I feel like I could get scanned fairly easily. So I know T-Mobile, I'm due for an upgrade. I'm not gonna get much for my phone. Like every electronics I own has water damage. It's just a matter of time. You know, if it doesn't have it today, it'll have it by next year. So everything has water damage. So including the phone with a trade in for T-Mobile. This phone's for through Cricket. So like I just get it repaired as I go. I've already replaced the screen, the battery, the charging port. A bunch of this phone's a Franken phone at this point. But the other phone is through T-Mobile, and I'm not going to get anything for trading it in. Maybe a little something, something. Maybe I'll just keep it as an extra phone to fuck with. To have an extra screen for something or whatever. Or maybe set it up in a way I can hook up to my computer. Just use the screen from it. It shouldn't be too hard with the Raspberry Pi. But for those that don't know, my computer's like this fucking big. It's a little tiny Raspberry Pi, 16 gigabyte Raspberry Pi 5. That way I can keep everything modular. Damn, I look cool. For a baby mama, thank you. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna get the newest one, Brooke, but if I can get like a 14 Pro, that'd be cool. You know what I mean? Like a 14 Pro, I think it'd be nice. We get the extra storage, 250 gigs, 256 gigs of storage, and camera's a little bit nicer. That'd be cool. It's bigger, but we'll see what I can afford when I get back to Boston. I do think the juice. Um, once I get the monthly payout I get going into like the 21st, I think we get that on here. And I want to get on Patreon and shit. And I'm near a big town or a big city. I'll be able to get this phone fixed. Just get the charger port fixed at least. I'll probably have to get the screen fixed too, because when you got a cracked screen, the worry that they open it up, they gotta pop the screen out. It might break the screen. You gotta get a new one anyway. So this screen's all cracked as shit on the bottom here. So maybe get the screen replaced on this one, get the charging port replaced when I get the monthly payout. And then when I get back to Boston, I'll go to T-Mobile and try to upgrade the other one, see how much that's going to cost me. It'll probably be like $100 down payment and $15 a month or something like that. It's not too crazy. Like the iPhone 13 I got 2.5 years ago, I paid $13 a month for that for like 2 years. Jarrett with the Harvey, Shorty 5 with the Go Popular, and the Buckley's Beer Fund. Jarrett with the Buckley's Beer Fund, thank you. You guys being too nice, appreciate you. What's up, Helen? Welcome in, homie. What up, Shorty 5? I went live last time I was in Boston, but it'll be probably the same thing. It was only live like every 2 or 3 days, and I only posted a video every 2 or 3 days. You know, the idea is like I want to take a break from social media and a break from the road. Just kind of be a normal person for a month. Yeah, I'll go live for like 4 hours every 2 or 3 days. Last time I was in Boston, one of the times we walked around Boston, other times we'll just be in certain spots by the beach or whatever. Just chat, say what's up to people, talk about what I'm working on and what I'm doing and shit. But also, I want to start while I'm in Boston. I want to try to edit up one long form video a week because I'll have the extra time to do it. I just use whatever case I can find. This one's 4 years old now. It's hanging on by a thread. It's I don't know, more dirt than case, I'm sure. But yeah, usually just get whatever's fucking cheapest. To be honest with you. Uh, the phones last a while. My shit's all fucked up now. But I had both. Last time I repaired this phone was a year ago. I got a new screen on it. The other phone I haven't repaired at all. The only thing wrong with that's the charging port after 2.5 years. I've had this one for fucking five now, almost 5 years now. I've had this phone, so they're holding up pretty good, all considering. This happens to fucking both are fucked up right now. No charging port and shit. It's kind of fucks up my power bank management, my power management a little bit, but I'll make it work. I do have a USB Type C to USB adapter I use for the computer. So like my microphones and stuff are all Type C for the receiver. So maybe that might work. If that works, fucking golden. Right off. I'm leaving off where I left off. That didn't make any sense. I get to use all my power banks if that's the case. If not, I'm down to 4 out of the 6. The other two can just charge accessories, not phones anymore. So it's all good though. It's all part of it. Trying to figure all this shit out. problem solving shit like that. Problem solving shit like that. Make it work. Erica with the Heart Me the Buckley Gear Fund. Oh shit. Can't drop this too many more times. It's gonna fall apart. Um, I just donated to you. I was like, oh hell yeah, dude, thank you. And then I looked, and I'm like, I don't see anything. It'll take a while to come in. And then someone else sent the PayPal, and I was like, oh, is that you? Like, no, that's not me. Like, oh well, thank you, so and so. They'll probably come through in like 5 or 10 minutes. Still, I don't see it. And then for baby mama realized, like, no, I donated to your charity. I'm like, that's fine. That's fine with me. Fuck yeah, donate to my charity. So that was what yesterday or the day before, the day before yesterday. So now for baby mama went and got the financial apps to try to donate to me, and then they put on a 10-day hold for just signing up for the apps. So don't even donate to me at this point for a baby mama. Like the amount of effort you've put in and already donated to the charity, True Colors United has support on here. Like you've done more than enough. You're good. You're good. Yeah, I just think I'm kind of worried about with the OtterBox if I was to get one, is the bulkiness of it. You know what I mean? Like I got a phone in my side pocket, like my little khakis pocket I usually got, and then one of my right, pocket by my hip here. And I'm thinking of the OtterBox would probably be just too bulky, especially me hopping on trains or jumping over fences and shit. You know what I mean? Like the tighter things are, the better, so that we don't get caught on anything or what. It'd probably be a better investment long term to have an OtterBox, but I do worry about like just making sure it can fit in my fucking pockets comfortably. What's up, Kathleen? I'm good, homie. I'm good. I'm in the spot where I'm going to be hitchhiking in the Glacier Park, the National Forest, and I was going to do that today. I got to wait for a phone call for a personal reason. It's just not my story to tell. It's someone else's. So I don't mind oversharing on the internet for myself, but not other people. So I'm waiting on a phone call today. I can't leave town because there's no cell service any direction from here, and I'm not sure wherever I land if I hitchhike, I'm going to have cell service. So I'm going to wait here in town, wait for these phone calls, and leave tomorrow. Looks like trying to get to Browning. Try to at least. That's the idea. We got 150 people in here while I'm on a restriction. I mean, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to get out of here in just a minute, though. Get your questions, comments, and insults in before I go. I'm going to try to get more photos of the mountains here from a higher vantage point if I can. Oh, Boston's beautiful, yeah. Watch out for the police. I've been pretty lucky with the police so far. It's the other people that I've had a problem with. you know, these two guys stealing orchards while parking their truck on a train track right up next to it. So that caused the conductor and engineer to call in that truck. I thought it was off property, so I didn't move. Shows up. Hey, you're on the tracks. Got to cite you. Came back and gave me a warning. So hey, that was cool of him. Second one was 2 days ago. The chief of police. Someone saw me sitting on my bucket, and they assumed I was taking a shit in it. So they tried to get me within decent exposure. But the cop was cool about that. He cut me loose immediately. No, I've seen some wild animals. I've had plenty of close encounters, but I never had really an issue with one. I had a wolf spider that was sitting in my sleeping bag. Bit me on the knee. That caused a massive infection fucking 4.5 years ago. So I always get little bites on me from shit on occasion, once or twice a month. Like I got one on my finger here. See right there. That was a gnarly one. Some spider bit me while I was sleeping and immediately caused this like giant blisters and like a little hole in my skin, a little valley in my flesh. That's it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even hurt. I didn't even realize I had it till I woke up and I was like, oh fuck, look at that thing. You know? So without having a tent to sleep on the ground, hey, if you figure I'd be bitten a lot more, you know. Fur baby mama, what is that? Epic GG? Thank you, homie. Oh, bugs gonna bother you. Something in a park in Boston and no one calls you in and bother you? Hell yeah. Usually they corral all the unhoused to like certain areas. It's a shame they do it. In a place called I can't even say the name of it on here, but it's an illicit substance mile. We call it affectionately. It's like a spot where they shove all the unhoused. Like, if you're in the seaport and you're unhoused, they're gonna fucking get you out of there quick. It's the nice part of town now. Used to be the shittiest part of town now. It's the nicest, right? Gentrification for the win, I guess. Fucking $3,000 for a fucking, I don't know, studio apartment a month. But COVID was gnarly because they started locking them all up. Like, oh, dude, it's fucking crazy. They took all the people like to certain pockets where they corral unhoused in Boston and put them there. They they put them like in basketball courts and fucking lock it up and shit like that. Like, what the fuck? I get like no one really know what to do during COVID, but like that's some Disney villain type shit. It was Milwaukee in this basketball court for a while. Oh. Yeah, brown recluses are gnarly. I've never seen one in my life, but brown recluses are gnarly. Like, not everyone has a reaction to them. It's not an allergy thing either. I think it's just random. But their bites are necrotic, right? So it starts killing the flesh underneath. And by the time you really notice something like really bad's going on, it's already too late because it happens underneath the skin first, and then it comes up. So you'll see people with fucking like massive scars and missing parts of their arms or legs or wherever they got bit, backs, everything. But I've never seen one ever been bit by one. Fucking knock on wood. Where I pick my camp is super important because I don't have a tent. I gotta be real cautious. I can't over like overgrown areas and grass are fine, but you won't catch me sleeping like next to a down tree. Snakes, spiders, ticks, everything. And I be hanging out underneath or inside that fucking rotted tree. Um, Even like in the southeast, I won't step over a down tree. I won't step over a piece of plywood sitting there because that's a prime spot for a snake to hang out. Usually, I guess if I have to step over a down tree, I used to use trekking poles for this, but I don't carry them anymore. Using my bucket now. I got some upper body strength. And I got a pocket case for a bunch of my electronics. But I tap it before I step over, right? So I walk up to the down tree. I make noise, say something, and then hey, anybody home? And then I'll tap it with my bucket on my trekking pole. So anything there knows I'm there and will move or make a noise or whatever. Home, and then I'll tap it with my bucket on my trekking pole. So anything there knows I'm there and will move or make a noise or whatever. Just I don't like tents, Hunter. It's not like I can't afford a tent. I just don't like tents. But I want to step over the down tree. It's the moral of the story. I'll make some noise and tap it first, and then step over. Because what I don't want to do is step over, have a snake be sitting right there, and then get you. That's why I wear the high ankle boots too, not just for the ankle support, but usually when snakes bite you, it's going to be in the ankles. My cowboy boots are so high. The more you know. Yeah, I can set my tarp up in a very, very comfortable way. It's more diverse and much more low profile. If I was going to be using a tent out here, I'd get caught a lot more. I'll tell you what. I'm in the heaviest shit. Poppy with the Harvey. What's up, homie? Oh, TikTok glitched on me yesterday. I saw your video on the For You page, and I saw you weren't following me. I was like, no, it can't be right. Poppy's been following me forever. Like, I don't think I pissed him off. So I go in and it said you weren't following me. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I hit unfollow, and then it said follow back. I'm like, fucking TikTok. And I hit the follow back button. So if you saw that, I followed you again. That's why. Obviously, leaves with that. Because sometimes TikTok will just randomly make you unfollow somebody. So I was like, is that what's going on here? What the fuck is happening? So I unfollowed you to see if it said follow back or if it said follow. It said follow back. And I'm like, fucking TikTok. Oh, shit. Mm-mm. Yeah, but, tents you don't have to worry about creepy crawlies. Anything big is still gonna, it's just a fucking tent. But you got to worry about your tent stakes breaking or cracking. You got to worry about high winds. You can't set it up in different, like in the summertime, if it's 85 degrees out at night, it's going to rain out. I don't want to have a closed in tent. I'm going to put my tarp up high and have the airflow coming through. So, some degree of coolness. Plus the slimy walls, man. I've never bumped into a tent where the walls don't get slimy from condensation and your body heat and breathing and shit. Ugh, ugh. All set with that. But with the tarp, if it's going to be super cold out, I got walled in all directions, minimal airflow, breaking the wind and blocking the wind. And then I said in warmer times, I'm going to have it higher up so I can get airflow. Well, like the other night, where I had a high wind and had my tarp set up, I made my tarp into like a channel. So I left it loose on one side, pitched the other side with the tripod, so the air would, instead of just hitting the tarp and the tarp eating it all, it would hit and then channel down and then go into the tarp. So I wouldn't turn my tarp into a parachute. And it popped one tent stake. As I was getting out of my tarp, and my knife caught the tarp, my hip knife caught the tarp and fucking popped the stake. Yeah, I fucking hate that mildew smell no matter what. I'm not a fan of that mildew smell. You'll see me, every time my shit gets wet, you'll see me bitch about it. That's why I spend most of my days drying my stuff out, making sure I can get that fucking nasty smell. The instructional videos. Yeah, I got away from the exposition stuff for a while now. It's always a nice pool I can always go dip back into. Like, hey, this is what I do, and this and that and this and that. But I did that for so long, for years. That's the style of videos I was making. It was nice to get away from it. Because there's two kinds of documentaries. There's exposition where you just do interviews where you just talk about what you're doing and you show it, and then there's the poetic style, which like the music montages I make, where it's just like, either make your own meaning or try to figure out what I was trying to tell you or what I was trying to convey. Yeah, I like that a lot better, to be honest with you. Like the last video I made, it shows my tarp fucking very stealthily set up. I can barely see it, and then inside the tarp, what it looks like. So instead of me sitting there for 3 minutes talking about, hey, I got a tarp, and I got footage like that. I'll probably post it up at some point. Hey, I got the tarp here. You can barely see it. Boom, boom. This is what it looks like the inside. I'm playing D&D, and this is the computer set up, and I got my phone set up for Discord. It's just like two quick clips for less than 10 seconds. Tells you the same exact thing, essentially the same message. Yo, what's up, homie? How you living? My phone's about to run out of juice. So if the live shuts off, it's not intentional, Jesse. Good to see you, homie. We doing well. I'm trying to meet up with that American hobo dude after I take my break in Boston. I'm trying to meet up with him to scatter more of Mark's ashes. I'll probably do some up here in Montana too. It's fucking beautiful up here. What's up, Tim? Well, let me switch phones real quick. I feel like the live's not over yet. I'll be right back. Up, Tim? Well, let me switch phones real quick. I feel like the live's not over yet. I'll be right back. See that power bank's out of juice. This one's out of juice. I should just focus on charging today. Won't use that one. This one should be full. Yes. Okay. So we have one full power bank to work with today. That's not good. Gonna have to find an outlet, that's for sure. Could backtrack 4.5 miles. I know where there is one. Being up here in a mountain town, I'm fairly confident there's an outlet somewhere where there's not a large unhoused population. I can usually find a place to charge. Okay, that's going. These two are empty. See what I missed in the chat here. Oh, damn it. TikTok's glitching. These two are empty. See what I missed in the chat here. Oh, damn it. TikTok's glitch. Resume. All right. I think I can see your comments now. I can. Okay. Okay. All right. We're back. So sometimes when I restart the live like that, when I switch phones like that, when I come back in, I can't see your comments. Like it's just blank comments on the screen. Let me have one more puff with y'all, then I gotta go for real. Gotta get charging, really. Let me find a charge up here. They probably got an outlet. I'll be mad at me for using it. That was a big thing last year when I was chasing outlets and shit. Like you steal electricity, steal electricity. Like, homie, it takes 10 cents to charge one power bank. If that. You know? I'll leave a quarter on the way out. Give him a tip. Especially if it's a business and I buy something at the store, I don't feel bad about it at all. Still good. Still good morning, so just hanging in there. I'm gonna have this puff and then I gotta find an outlet. Still want to kind of get up on a higher vantage point and try to get some photos and videos of the mountains and the river here and from a higher vantage point, and everything from a lower one looking up. I'd rather go up and look down. But I definitely gotta find an outlet with my last power bank now, so time to charge up. Get some power in my life. There has to be a church nearby or something, I'm sure. Somewhere I can plug into. Get some juice. Maybe the store might even have one. They live here at the store though, so I'm kind of I don't want to get too comfortable here. So your voice keeps getting deeper. It's all the fucking wildfire smoke. Yeah, I see some ground squirrels. I saw some ground squirrels up in Libby, Montana, and then in Western Washington, I think too. They're fucking adorable. Oh, what's up, Debbie Millette? I'm going towards Hungry Horse. I think that might be like a good place to stock up before I go fully in the glacier. Or I might just stock up here first. Yeah, I'm gonna get 2 gallons of water, 3 days worth of food, and then start going in the glacier. Maybe. I mean, I'll probably do that here, so I don't have to stop at Hungry Horse. But if I can check out that dam and reservoir and all that, that'd be cool. That'd be nice. Again, the main objective is just get miles, and exploration takes kind of a back seat. If I bump into stuff, cool. Sorry to be a bad influence. I remember when I first met you, I was like, "Oh, damn! I hope they don't judge me for being a smoker." Then me and you immediately went out back for a puff. I was like, "Hell yeah, okay, cool, we're cool." Which is weird because I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me. You know what I mean? I don't. I was meeting with y'all. I was like, "Damn, I hope they like me. I hope they like me." Which usually causes me to be more awkward. You quit 2 years ago? Hell yeah, homie. Um, I have I started getting the puffers, so I puff less general, but I'm still banging out 3/4 of a pack a day. Hell yeah, Jesse. I don't know. A weird circumstance to meet under for sure, but it was really nice meeting y'all. For anyone that doesn't know, that's Shoestring sister, Jesse there, Mark's sister. Yeah, it fucking hits the spot. You know what I mean? Like it scratches that itch. But it's not quite the same. But it is nice too. Like if I'm doing a long editing session in a motel, I don't need to keep running outside for a puff. Like smoking rooms are few and far between. I don't even really like the smoking rooms because then all my shit fucking like my stuff doesn't smell like smoke. I barely smell like smoke, because like I'm constantly outside. But I'm indoors and I'm puffing, like everything fucking reeks after for like a week. But it is nice too, like really cold, a really hot day, I can just sit inside. Shitty fucking habit anyway. But they're few and far between. So that's I'm doing a long editing session. I gotta keep running outside. It's like I get that urge, I can just hit that and it's gone. Yeah. Like, oh hell yeah, I don't need to go walk outside for 5 minutes, sit outside for 10 minutes, come back in 5 minutes, and then go back to work. Works in a pinch. Yeah, I try to carry one on me, especially when I'm doing trains and shit. Because like I'll hop off a train in the middle of fucking nowhere from when I had tobacco, be up Shit's Creek. Yeah. I run to the store real quick. Hopefully the train's still, and there it goes. All right, see you later, train. No, they're about the same. You know, so the puffin rooms, like the pet rooms, like you go to a Motel 6, they take any pet under like 25 pounds or something, or two pets if it's under 50. I forget exactly what it is. I don't have a pet, you know. But if you get a puffin room, it's usually the same price. The thing is, they're trying to attract the truckers from the interstate or the highway. And if they're puffers, they're like, if I can't puff in the room, I'll just go hang out in the truck. Like, why do I need a motel room for? So to kind of try to attract them, they'll have some rooms for that. It was one I went to Wisconsin. Like whole states won't have any puffing rooms at all. Like Wisconsin, there's no smoking rooms allowed at all in the whole state. But there was one I went to. I want to say it was in Iowa, if I remember correctly, where like the whole third floor was the puffing rooms. And, man, it smelled so fucking bad. The room wasn't bad. It was just the hallway, you know, the whole because the whole fucking floor was people puffing, and the fucking hall. Damn, you know, even me, I'm obviously not against that smell. I fucking partake in the shit, but it was a lot. It's overwhelming. Oregon too, unless it's private. Yeah, that makes sense. No, no, I had a puffing room in Oregon, Eugene. I was in Eugene, a puffing room. Fucking awesome motel too. They're really good to me. Shitty room, you know, shitty small fucking room, fucking all old and shit like that. But the people that ran it was super cool. 'Cause I stayed there when I first got in Eugene. I stayed there right before I left Eugene, same motel. And um, when I went back, the person, there's like a lady and a guy that owned it, and they were just yapping at me, telling me their life story. And I was like, all right, cool, cool. And I went and I was like, hey, does the room, like, the last room I got didn't have a desk. So I'm like on this little end table doing all my work and shit. I'm all cramped up, you know, my big ass in the corner, you know, trying to fucking edit. And then I was like, yeah, the room 17 or whatever it was, is there a desk? They're like, no, like the only rooms we have with desks are like non-smoking rooms. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'll make it work. No big deal. Fucking just need a bed and a fucking outlet anyway. And then I went to the store before I actually got into the room. You know, left my gear at the office, went to the store, came out, and her and someone that worked there, the woman that owned it and someone that worked there were fucking dragging this desk out of another room and putting it in mine. They're like, shh, don't tell anybody we're taking this from another guest. I was like, all right, hey, whatever, man. You know, their loss is my gain. There you go, Sandy. You got it all figured out on me. Got it all figured out. I like it. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here probably in the next minute or two. Like I said, I gotta go find an outlet today, and I want to get a high vantage point, get some photos if I can. There's got to be a way to get up higher in elevation here. I'm sure. Maybe try to climb up one of these businesses. Um, yeah, a lot of people use the e stuff. The electric puffers, I got to call them on here because I can't say the word. I'll get in trouble. If for a moment TikTok thinks I'm selling that shit, you know they shut you down quick. But yeah, let me go on and get out of here in a moment. Get your questions, comments, and insults in before I roll out. And then I gotta go find an outlet, charge up, wait for this phone call, updates and shit. Uh, but just fucking quick side note, anyone that knows what's going on, like why I'm waiting for a phone call today, I'm sure there's a few of you that know what's going on. Um, if you do know and you need someone to talk to, you fucking call me, you know, on Discord or text me or something like that. Like anyone at all. Like there's not a lot of people that are in the know, but I know some of you are. Feel free to call me. I have nothing but time today. Just waiting for fucking updates myself on the situation. So if you need someone to talk to, you want someone to take your mind off shit, whatever, fucking give me a call in Discord or send me a message. Uh, no, if it's my mom, I'd say so. It's had nothing to do with anything with me and my family at all. But it's not my story to put out there. It's someone else's situation, someone else's story. So putting it on blast, you know what I mean? It's not my business. But either way, I gotta head on out of here, go find a fucking outlet to go charge my shit up. Let me hit this. Magic cabbage store over here and grab some green stuff. Figure out my life. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll do that. Find an outlet, find some green stuff, and then take some photos later. You know? Hell yeah. I don't know, Tennessee trucker. I think so. There's so much through traffic right now. This is like the last few weeks of tourist season up here in Glacier Park and surrounding area. I think I should be able to get a ride at least into the park and then get someone that's getting out of the park the other way, or just get a ride all the way through. I'm only an hour and a half or so from the end of the park to cut right through it, cross section. So with all the people traveling, coming through, and checking the place out before it gets too cold up here and shit, I think I should be able to get a ride out. You know, the cabbage is really good up here in Montana. It's cheap too. They charge you $1 for a little fucking bag that like you have to walk out of the store with this bag, a certain kind of bag for that stuff. And I keep forgetting. I keep one in my bucket to bring in with me, so I have to pay the dollar. I keep forgetting. I probably had fucking 10 of those bags by now. Look at that fucking tan line. Ain't that beautiful? That's a beautiful thing right there. A fucking tan line. Look at that thing. Hell yeah, Jeremy. Hope you enjoyed America. Size in Los Angeles. Tennessee with the fucking Harvey. Marianne with the Harvey. Amy, have a good one, homie. Let me get on out of here. Um, hell yeah, Punk Kitty. Hell yeah. Yeah, but let me go on get. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'll be back later, I'm sure. Said I'm just waiting for fucking phone calls and shit today, so kind of just killing time till tomorrow. Not too far, so we do it virtually. Howdy, howdy, homie. Howdy, Tennessee trucker. Thank you very much. Have fun. We'll do. We'll do. Just, howdy again. Save a horse, ride a cow, Troy. All right, let me fuck off before you guys start sending a million cowboy hats and start crying for attention. Hell yeah, Oz. Um, Happy trails. Thank you, Trace Through Time and Space. Love the name. Let me get going. Stop dragging out this goodbye. You guys are awesome. I'll see y'all later. Again, if you guys find this shit entertaining, the idea of some guy driving around the country, putting a camera on it, hitchhiking, hopping trains, and camping outside, not always legally, never legally. Donation links are in the bio. Any of them work just fine. I'm not partial to any of them. But make sure you've been here for a while. It's the one caveat I always like to put out there. Make sure like you got some entertainment first. If it's your first day here, your first week here, wait a while, man. Make sure you still like me. You know what I mean? Make sure you even like me, or keep in mind where the money's going. It goes to necessities for sure, food, water, and gear and equipment. But and camera equipment, all the shit I got to do to keep this thing going. But it also goes to green stuff, beer, whatever unhealthy food I get usually once a week. I usually have a fucking whole cheat day where I just eat a shit ton of unhealthy food. So keep in mind where the money's going. If you're supporting the stuff, you probably don't want to be gifting or donating to me, and tobacco too. I like my tobacco. So keep all that in mind before you rush to the donation links. Get some entertainment out of it first, and realize I'm a delinquent and degenerate out here, basically a criminal on social media for a living, which is fucking awesome. But hey, let me get out of here, guys. You guys are awesome. As always, be good and be good at it. Tip of the day: don't ever piss into the wind.